February's ad of the month was actually quite good. I think the overall feeling was for quite a lot of the categories. We had some very good entries. There was a bit of a disappointment that was expressed, and I think that was mainly based on the fact that we're probably a couple of weeks away from the Cannes deadline, and we're probably expecting to see a lot more entries in some of the categories, particularly print, which we didn't, and maybe even something like TV. I thought the entries were fairly thin there, but the winners really stood out, and we were really happy with what we chose at the end of the day. In the print category, our first place this month went to Ireland and Davenport, and that was for the BMW rear view camera, and it was rear view cameras. That's what the piece was called, and I thought it was a really nice use of the medium. It wasn't just a clever little print ad, but I just thought it really used it in a unique way that seemed to appeal to everybody, and I thought that was a really refreshing piece of work. Number 2 went to Network BBDO for Mercedes-Benz Lane Assist, and the executions were Ant, Cupcake and Lamb. It was a campaign. Yeah, I thought that was really quite beautifully crafted, a really nice insight as well. I think the biggest thing for me is just using the animation just to bring that product to life, or rather that feature to life, was really beautiful, and I thought that was well deserving. Number 3 went to the Jupiter Drawing Room Johannesburg, and that was for ABSA sponsorship, L'Atelier Art, and that was for that campaign. Yeah, once again, we just really thought just some beautiful craft on that. There was a lot of expression that, you know, when you look at that campaign in its entirety, you get a much clearer idea of the bigger picture, which doesn't perhaps come through as strongly in just the print alone. But nevertheless, they did make it into the top 3. In ambient and outdoor, first place went to Mercedes, Blind Spot, The Triangle Nose, and that is from Network BBDO. And yeah, I mean, it was really a beautiful piece of work. I think outdoors been looking for these kind of ideas. I think we've been running a bit thin as far as that category is concerned, and it was really nice to just see something different and something that also engaged people as they interacted with it in their cars. So well done, Network. Number 2 went to Ogilvy Johannesburg, and that was for Macmillan, The Fear, which is a book, and it's all about the last days of Robert Mugabe. Yeah, once again, a really interactive piece that was beautifully conceptualized and beautifully put together. A really great way to do ambient. Well done, Ogilvy. Third place went to DDB, South Africa, and that was for McDonald's South Africa, kids' birthday parties, and that was a campaign consisting of Billy, Theodore and Tiffany. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. I thought they were beautiful posters based on an amazing insight. Yeah, just really charming and really strong conceptually. In experiential, first place went to Island Davenport, and that was for Fox Top TV, and it was for The Walking Dead Season 2 cinema activation. Yeah, quite an amazing way to actually engage people. And I was just saying that, you know, in a time where a lot of the things that we're seeing in this category get very gimmicky, I just found this to be a really, really nice, engaging way to surprise people. The touch to have the person shooting from the screen out into the audience was also just, to me, where it really, really sealed the deal. So well done to Island Davenport.
Walker Pictures presents the story.
Hey, so moving in, huh? Nice to meet you. Hey, what's your name?
Iris.
Well, my name is Max.
Of how two people
Good, she comes twice a week.
Oh, you're so gross.
who couldn't be less alike
Turn your music down!
if they tried.
It's over.
Find out that when one door closes, another one always opens.
Doesn't matter if the girl's perfect. Just as long as they're perfect for each other.
Sunshine time of winter comes a touching tale.
Package. Granny.
The person you spent a lifetime looking for has been right next door the whole time.
I know, it's insane. I'm in love.
I think he's the one.
The girl next door.
Number 2 in experiential went to Ogilvy, Cape Town, and that was for Craft Foods South Africa, for Stimmerol Infinity, Neverlasting Love. Yeah, once again, a really, really fun experiential activation, which I really think tapped into the occasion, to the event, and into the psyche of the revelers who go to those kind of matric rages. So well done there. And then in third place, in experiential, we had the Jupiter Drawing Room for ABSA Bank sponsorship, Art Child. This is where I think the print campaign really came to context, I suppose, as this really exposed you to the different elements of the campaign and the thinking behind the campaign. So yeah, really, really nice piece of work. Well done to the Jupiter Drawing Room. In film, our first place goes to Sometime Sir Sneaky from King James. Yeah, I think beautifully produced, beautifully written, and it really, really is the kind of ad that I think will resonate with an audience. Speaks beautifully and stands out within the category. So I think a well-deserved first place for King James.
It's easy to miss things, to overlook things that are right in front of you. It's part of the human condition. Let's assume that you read through your insurance contract, and being the meticulously cautious, I want to know what I'm covered for kind of person that you are, I've no doubt that you would have. Could you have missed something important? Overlooked something amidst the Latin clauses and the different sections, subsections? Well, yes. No, maybe. Now, based on your answer and our aforementioned flawed human condition, what if I told you that Floyd's uniform has changed 4 times while I've been talking to you?
In second place, we had Fox P2. And this was Who's Driving You Home Tonight, the campaign that the latest campaign that's been done for Brand House. Once again, I think just really beautiful production, a really, really nice insight. and yeah, I think it won the judges over. So well done. In third place, we have Vodacom PSL, Vodacom for Less, and that is an entire campaign from Draft FCB Johannesburg. Yeah, this was actually very, very fun to watch, and you know, it's one of those ads that you have to be so familiar with so much of the jargon and what it plays off to actually get it. So I was actually really, really impressed that we were able to allow ourselves to bring something like this through, as I think we need a lot more of this kind of work, because this is what the people really, really remember at the end of the day. Beautiful little concept, beautiful performance, and beautiful production. So yeah, well done FCB, Draft FCB. And then in radio, yeah, this was one of the campaigns, or rather this was one of the categories where the guys just felt that, you know, it was a bit overpopulated, and there wasn't really enough of the good stuff. There was lots of stuff, just not enough of the good stuff. But I think what did come to the fore really, really stood out. So first place went to Volcano, and this was for Fido's Super Breath Dog Bones, and the spot is called Foul Mouth. And yeah, really, really beautiful. I think the one thing that really, really stood out for us as judges is that what's unique about this spot is that it's not the usual long-winded, let's try and be as clever as we can get with copy kind of execution, but it's just something that's just so simple and it's so charming and it just works. So hats off to Volcano for this one.
If you suspect your dog of having a foul mouth, try Super Breath Dog Bones from Fido. Available at all reputable pet stores and supermarkets nationwide.
Second place went to Island Davenport, and this was for War Museum World War I exhibit, the Battle of the Battle of the Somme. Yeah, I thought this was a really, really powerful demonstrative ad using the power of radio. And yeah, a well-deserving second place. Third place in radio went to Draft FCB, and this was for Coca-Cola Scary Movie. Once again, a really, really, really nice execution. It was a fun ad, and we really, really particularly enjoyed the dialogue and the performance. So yeah, well done to Draft FCB. They seem to have had a good month, and so has Island Davenport. So yeah, well done.